Alright friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and look how absolutely incredible these action figures from Hasbro's Marvel Legends series look. It's brand new Deadpool set, and this is for Strong Guy, Marvel Strong Guy, and man, are they incredible. I absolutely fell in love with this set. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and dive right on in. But if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you are watching from. Give us a big thumbs up. And yeah, talk to us in the comments below. So what do we say? What do you say we go ahead and get started right now?
What is up, Vince and Gigi?
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Gigi.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV on
Super Channel G. Yeah!
God, is this great?
Alright friends, welcome back to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G, and as I just mentioned, look at this incredible set of brand new Deadpool Marvel Legends for the Build-A-Figure set of Marvel's Strong Guy. Look how absolutely great this looks. Let's take a closer look to see who exactly is in this set. What do you say? So, taking a closer look here, we have Deadpool, Black Tom Cassidy, Shiklah, Marvel's Maverick, Marvel's Sunspot, Marvel's Warpath, and Deadpool here with the pirate costume. And then of course the Build-A-Figure set for pieces so we can build Marvel's Strong Guy. Doesn't that look absolutely incredible? Looks great. Look at those little legs though. It looks like it skipped leg day and those little feet. Too bad it's not even taller. That would be amazing. But nonetheless, this looks absolutely amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I guess I'll just say this once. Maybe it'll come up again, but we just got this set. Got it from Target, and it was just one complete set. Haven't seen it anywhere else yet, and the boxes were a little beat up. Look, it's a little warped, and you can see where the light's not hitting it right, and it's kind of folded, and you'll be able to see that several times throughout. So it looks like someone just kind of smashed them down. Look at that. But in any event, I was excited to get my hands on all of them, and thank goodness they had one of each of the whole set. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll go ahead and go in order, if that's okay with you. Look how great these figures look. They look absolutely incredible. And we'll go ahead and put our action figs in the order so that we can then do our Build-A-Figure. So let's set this aside. Alright, and we can go ahead and get started. So kicking us off, we're gonna have Deadpool here, and it is in the blue costume, right? The blue X-Men uniform, and it looks pretty outstanding, let me say. And then, well, I said I mentioned it once, but we're probably gonna, I thought about it again, I'm like, we're gonna probably mention it a couple times. Unfortunately, you know, I definitely love keeping the boxes and storing them away, but these boxes were definitely smashed. Looks like someone put their knee on it almost, right? But anyway, let's take a look at our action figure. Luckily, he's safe and sound in the package. But there's this beautiful artwork right here. Check this out. Beautiful artwork. And look at this awesome pose right here. And then everybody that's in this set. Looks great. And he comes with number 1, which is the head. And let's see what it says back here. So it says, Deadpool. Just got the suit back from the dry cleaners. I hear blue and gold is the new red. That looks awesome, and I love the little bit of like fog, smoke in the background. So let's get him open, and let's take a real close look at how awesome this action figure is gonna be. Slide him on out, and look at those cool Deadpool symbols right there in the background. Closer here, and man, great. Okay, well, let's get our Build-A-Figure head out right off the bat. Look at that. pretty cool. Alright, we'll set that aside. And let's get Deadpool on out of here. Look at these swords. Got these huge blade katanas. And I'm super excited because it's got multiple accessories. Oop, set that aside right there. Okay. And let's get way closer. Very cool. Okay, let's take a look at this head sculpt. Well, they had him so he had like one eye open more than the other. The paint's bleeding right here, the blue into the yellow, so that's a little unfortunate, but it's happening on both sides. I like that it's got this little piece of his cap, his mask, always kind of on the back. I like how you can see like the shape of his nose and almost his mouth right here, so to give it that level of detail, and then where his ears would be. Definitely looks awesome. This part right here that's almost like his collar, like a choker, is not like permanently glued down, so it is kind of moving around. His head articulation, his head actually goes pretty far back and pretty far forward. Look at that, and articulates really well. This part right here, which is very reminiscent of Cyclops, is also not permanently glued down, so it kind of moves a little bit. And I bet we can probably move this a little bit to bring this a little further down since it's not glued up there. I love that he's got this extra butterfly joint here, which we don't always see, so we can definitely get better poses there. His shoulder actually moves really well, back and forth and in and out. Look at that, moves really well. So he's got great shoulder action here. I love that Deadpool symbol right here on his belt, the utility belt. He turns right here at the waist, ab crunches, you know, pretty good. Turns right here above the bicep, has double joints right here in the elbow, so you can get not quite a 45-degree angle, but definitely more than a 90. And these are loose too, so we can glue those down if we like. And let's see, the wrist is pretty loose actually, as far as going back and forth, but it turns nice and tight. Same thing here. Looks like you can hold either the swords or the guns. And then let's see, legs almost come out to a 90-degree angle, so that's pretty good. And the knee joints feel really good actually, so perfect. There's some great articulation there at the knees, good bending. I don't like that it goes right here at the shin, because this is not a natural movement of the body, but looks like the ankles definitely move nice and smooth, and this isn't attached either, so you can glue that down if you like. But I like the blue, I like the yellow, and wow, we didn't even take a really good look at this. With the sheath for the swords, we can actually just slide that on in right there. Take a look at that. Doesn't that look great? Take a look at that. Perfect. And let's take a look at his weapons here. Looks like it is, since it's soft plastic, it was kind of pushing out that way, so just giving it some time to straighten out. What about this one? Same thing here. And let's see what this looks like. Just put that right there in his hand, and we can move. Look at that trigger finger. It actually looks pretty good. Look at that. Wow, that looks pretty good actually. What do you think? Okay, and what about this? Put this one in his other hand. It looks like we could do probably almost the same. Bring his trigger finger in through there. Look at that. Look at that. Looks pretty awesome actually. So, yeah, looks pretty great. Let's see, let's get some poses here. Let's see what would be a good one. Let me, give me a second, guys. Alright, so we got a pretty good setup right here of what he would look like holding the bigger gun. We took the little gun off, and take a look at this. And we have this variation right here where we are rocking the two swords, the katanas. And let's take a look to see how this looks right here, right? Because I think it looks pretty outstanding. All right, what do you guys think? It's great, right? Okay, let's move on. And you know what? We'll go ahead and put our Deadpool right over here with this cool pose. And I'm set up right there. What do you say? And let's get rid of this thing. Okay, so let's move on. Alright, so next we are going to take a look at Black Tom Cassidy, and he looks pretty awesome. Look at that. And we're going to get a closer look here. And he comes with number 2, which is the chest piece of Marvel's Strong Guy. Look at that. Looks pretty cool. I will say this, he looks a little bit like Hordak from the original She-Ra, from, you know, leading the Horde with this symbol and his colors, but and the collar kind of coming up like that. So that's something that definitely stood out to me. But let's take a look at this box. Let me come a little higher so we can see just how awesome this box is. And it's interesting that it says Legends series like that versus Marvel Legends series like this, because there is a level of inconsistency throughout the set where these two are, I believe, the only ones that say it like that, but then all the other ones say it like this, which is interesting, but whatever. Take a look at the art right here. The same art that is mirror image, obviously. Looks pretty good. And take a look at that. I like that skull right here. Cool pose. It's not a whole lot you can do with just that if that's his only accessory. And the collar is kind of, you know, I don't know how I feel about that yet. But let's take a look to see what it says back here. It says, Black Tom Cassidy, a nefarious criminal with the power of concussive blast and plant morphology. Black Tom is a true threat. Alright, cool. Again, for the number 2, and let's get him on out of here. Perfect. This box was pushed in here, but it wasn't as bad as some of the other ones. Alright, very cool. So, okay, I guess not a chest piece, but it is the back piece, actually. Even though it says 2, notice how it's not that part. So, interesting. I wonder what is the front. I'm trying to look through the other action figures. And so right here, that would be Marvel's Sunspot. Sunspot is 5, and wow, that's quite a bit of it. So, anyway. Set this aside. Pop them all out. Okay. Very cool. Alright. So this back piece right here, we'll save it for later. There's not a whole lot going on here, so very simple. Set that aside. Let's take a look. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about that goatee. It's a little off center. There's paint here, but there's not paint there, so it kind of goes off crooked. The mustache is a little crooked also. The eyebrows definitely look like they match. And what is this? His sideburn is like coming off. I have to glue that down. But interesting. Never seen that happen before. You could push that down right there. But we'll just glue it and it'll stay down. He's rocking the sideburns. I do like the hair overall, I guess. Definitely different than we've been seeing. It's got kind of a 1990s vibe to his style with his goatee and his hairdo with those sideburns. Let's see, his head goes pretty far back and forward. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. He turns pretty well to the sides. Of course, he is limited because a beard's gonna get in the way. Still not sure how I feel about this collar with this huge V-neck with the collar popped up like that, but the shoulders move around nicely. They click as they go around, and they move up pretty well. Look at that. And since this is kind of like a jacket, it moves up here above the bicep. The arm doesn't appear to go to a straight line across. Look, it's actually kind of bent up there. And then the double joints, they do bring us almost a 45-degree angle, so that's good. The wrist is turned pretty well back and forth. It looks like it's almost a mirror image, except this one has the trigger finger coming out. Very good. Let's see. The arms do not come all the way in, so that's interesting that they just kind of poke out like that, and it's because he's got a huge muscle right here, so it doesn't allow it to come down. He does turn at the waist. This belt is free to move also. His ab crunch is way up here, but it does move well. Look at that. And let's see his legs. His legs almost come to a 90-degree angle. So his body, he's got a nice strong knee joint with double joints at the knees. The hip joint is nice and good, and it turns the high part of the thigh, and it's nice and smooth there too and holds. So the boots look kind of cool, and so there you go. It's a pretty decent sculpt. Kind of liking it. Wish we had more. Well, this, I can't forget to push that down and glue that. Kind of smirking. Let's take a look at his staff right here. You can club someone with. I don't know if it's necessary for him to use that with the powers he has, but still, we'll put it in there and he looks a little more Skeletor-y and Hordak-ish. But there we go. Let's see. Is there really going to be a super awesome pose other than just standing super strong? Now, it is unfortunate again that his arms don't go straight down. So that's going to make the poses that we make for him limited. So let's see what, let's go back to see what the box had recommended we do in a second. The box just kind of says, have him extend that out and have the arm kind of down like that. So I guess we can do that pretty easily. Look at that. And have him like toasting with that. And well, the fingers are different here, look. But nonetheless, he's just kind of like, hey, check this out. So yeah, I'm not really feeling that pose because then from the side it looks kind of odd. So let's try this one more time. Okay, so it's not terribly crazy, this pose. It's just kind of a strong pose. It's very strong, holding this with both arms to give him something to do and gives him a reason to have his elbows out. But yeah, you know what? I'm fairly satisfied with this pose. Let's see what it would look like 360. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. This should work right there. So we can get him in focus. And yep, let's take a look. Okay, so that'll definitely work. And we'll set them right on over here. Make sure he doesn't fall over. Perfect. What do you think about that? Looks great. All right, let's move on. So let's see. Okay. Next we have Shiklah And whoa! Sorry about that, buddy. Let's just put you right back on over here. You already had your review? We're moving on. Look how cool this looks. Doesn't it look awesome? This beautiful artwork. Let me raise this just a bit. Beautiful artwork. Look at that. Then we have Jeff here. Doesn't that look absolutely outstanding? Beautiful artwork. Look at that. Beautiful artwork. And I love the way it's kind of outlined with this orange meeting the red where it kind of outlines the body. That looks cool. And look at this kind of cool pose right here. And that looks cool. So again, here's everybody that's in the set. And she comes with number 3, which would be the right arm of Marvel. I'm sorry, of Marvel's Strong Guy. Let's see. There it is. So let's get her on out of here. Let's take a look. All right. There we go. Perfect. And then you can kind of see the warp on how this box kind of pushed in and creased right there. You know what? At least I found them, right? Cool Deadpool logos back there. And let's get a little closer now. Alright. Wow. This huge arm. And look how big it is compared to her, from where her shoulder would be. It's not quite the length of her body, but it's like more than half. Set that aside, and it's heavy. Okay. And actually, let me take a look at him. He's not posable. Actually looks like a big chunk of clay, even though he's not posable, but still cool. It'd be awesome if we can open the mouth, maybe even move the legs a little bit. We can't, but doesn't that look awesome? So digging that. Look at that. So took a couple quick pictures, set them aside. Let's get her on out. Just push her out, set this aside. Okay, nice. And look at this head sculpt. Look at a little bit right there that we can probably just get right on off. Look at her hair, her bangs coming down right here. This necklace kind of it moves around a lot, obviously, because it's not heavy and it's not glued down. She has this. Be careful because this is soft and you could accidentally tear it off. And let's see, the hair is not as soft as it. You can move it, but it's not as soft as you might think it is. So it is going to limit mobility of the head. See, you can still turn it well, but then it starts to lean as it pushes against the body. Okay, same thing here with the. Wow, what is this pattern right here? Look at this. Skulls, maybe? Interesting. Pattern on her body. It's on the front only. The gold and black looks cool. Let's see. The shoulders. Depending on, they might hit a little bit, see? But they do end up going about that far in. And then this is cloth. So that's cool. I'm glad it's not plastic, and it's been a while since we had something that's cloth on Marvel Legend. Let's see, we do have single joints right here at the elbows. It's cool how this connects right here. Let me get you closer. I wonder if this is elastic. No, it's not. It's rope. But still cool. A little bit of paint bleed right here, smudge. So you can just scratch that off. This right here is not glued down, so it can move. And the arms come out to about a 90-degree angle. We are used to seeing these hands. We've seen these on female characters many times before. And kind of like MJ and the 2-pack they had for Spider-Man Homecoming. And so this turns. Looks cool. The paint looks pretty much digging it. She turns up here at the rib cage, and this is where her ab crunch would be, and turns enough. This paint looks cool. Glossy finish. Glossy here, and only semi-gloss, so that's interesting. And then, of course, the legs do come up to 90-degree angles. So that's good. I like the way the boots look. And definitely the huge heel. Look at that. A place for a hole for the peg. Let's see. Alright, cool. Turns the high part of the thigh and kicks slightly higher than, well, I guess it is a 90-degree angle. We have double joints at the knees, but they are kind of, look at that, kind of like gummy instead of being strong and solid. So that is something to note. And yeah, bring this back over here. But definitely an awesome looking figure. I love the way this looks. We could probably have her like floating with a stand, and that might be helpful, especially considering these knee joints are gonna be difficult to stand her with barely this much. So that's probably why she has that, so we can aid in the standing. And having her like hovering or flying would be probably best. It is going to be difficult to stand her with this, so let me see what I can do. And maybe I'll use an action figure, dynamic action figure stand. So give me a second. Okay, looks like I have something that'll definitely work well enough. I wanted her kind of like floating, hovering, and take a look at this. What are your thoughts on that? Look at that. It works well. And let's take a 360 look. So, this side, and this guy, and let's move this up like so. Put her right in the middle right here. And you know what? Let's go higher. And zoom in a bit. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. What do you guys think? Like, looks pretty awesome. And you know what? Take a look at this. Alright, isn't that cool? Awesome. Okay, let's move on. And we can put these maybe right here. Put her like that. Doesn't that look outstanding? Absolutely. Very cool. Okay. Alright, next we have Marvel's Maverick. And look how awesome this looks. I'm actually, I think he looks awesome. Look at the way they did his face right here. The paint, the color of the yellow, like the weapons they have over here. Everything looks good from the outside here. So let's bring this a little higher so we can really get into it. And then let's get him open. What do you say? Look how outstanding that looks. Awesome. Well, let's read the back before I get a little too ahead of myself. It says, Marvel's Maverick. Maverick absorbs the force of enemy attacks, converting it into hyper concussive blasts of power. And man, this looks absolutely outstanding from here. And then just so you see where it's like pushed in. All right, here's everybody that's in the set. And he comes with number 4, which is the left arm. So let's get this open. All right, cool. Let's bust them on out. Oh, just went right back in. There we go. Okay, awesome. And here it is. Marvel's Strong Guy's other arm. Look at that. Huge. Put that aside. his weapons out. Man, double clip, double magazine. What am I to say? Look at this one. Interesting. Wow, I didn't anticipate that. Look at this. Okay, let me set this aside. Okay, let me bring this in closer. You already saw these two right here. So very interesting. And you see they are bendable. Let's take a look at him. So this is cool. It doesn't fit to like cover his mouth or anything, but that'd be cool if it did. So it's just loose there. I like that you can articulate the head fully, look back and forth, and these don't restrict it in any way, and these are actually very soft. I'm assuming they could still tear out, so be careful. I love the way the hair looks. The hair looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. Really digging that. Okay, I like the way this belt comes over here. It is glued to there. This looks like it is not permanently glued down, is it? Okay, so he does turn at the waist. Good. Oh, I'm sorry, right here at the rib cage, but doesn't look like he really holds that, so it just goes back. The shoulders move nice and tight, and they actually click as they go around. And ooh, don't push too hard without supporting it, because you saw that this started wanting to come out. So it turns right above the bicep here. I'm digging this goldish yellow. Nice chunky joints right here at the elbow. Now both of them, there we go. I was like, both of them need to move. We come to about a 90-degree angle. The wrists, this one goes back and forth like this and then around, and this one goes also side to side like that to aim the gun. Okay, looks like we could actually put one of the guns here in this holster, which means probably this one. Look at that. That looks great. And then this whole utility belt looks great. So this looks like it's permanently attached like that, kind of glued down and goes glued into there. It's the lower part of his back. The legs do go 90-degree angle. These are nice, thick, chunky joints right here, and they definitely feel like they're gonna hold. They're not loose at all. Look at that. So those are nice clicking joints right there. And then the ankles definitely move well. Look at that. I'm definitely loving this this metal color. It has an extra joint right there that I'm not going to use. And let's see, let's put this crazy looking gun right here in this hand. We'll push it in like that and then turn it. There we go. So that trigger finger can be in there. Look at that. And I'm digging that it's not stuck like that. We've had to where that looks awkward to hold a gun, but if we had it like that, we can actually get it to almost straight, and that looks awesome. Man, I don't even know if I looked at the face very well, but the paint job is amazing. I love the red eyes. So much about this figure is amazing. This is absolutely one of my favorites of this set already. So, oh, I just noticed the hip joints are a little looser than I thought. Otherwise, the legs are like extremely strong. So, let's go ahead and bring up this gun after all and put it over here. Put it like this, and then we'll roll it forward. Let's see what I mean by that. There we go. And we'll roll it so that the trigger finger can go in there. Oh, and because I can't, it would be cool if I could bring this in further just a little bit to hold it like that. But we can't. So this actually looks outstanding. Look at that. Alright, let's get him to a strong pose that he's not going to fall out of. And then we'll take a look at his 360. Man, look at this pack. Does this come off? No. Alright, give me a second. Okay. Let's put him right here. And you know what? going real well. We'll come just a little bit lower, like right here. And zoom in right here. I think that looks pretty outstanding. And let's see. Yeah, looks pretty awesome. I'm really liking that. Alright, let's put them with the rest of the set. It looks awesome. Okay, great. Let's move on to our last three, and then we'll do our Build-A-Figure, which is technically the fourth, but the last three boxes we have. Okay, so now we have Marvel's Sunspot, and man, it's hard to make out in here because there's a shadow right here, but he's definitely have these powers that are shown in these rings right here. We've seen this several times over the years, most notably I think with like Polaris and Doctor Strange, for example. They've been used multiple times, and look how cool this looks. This beautiful artwork right here. Let me zoom out just a bit. Okay, so that looks awesome. This is probably, nope, it's the same picture twice. And I love how the energy is just kind of radiating off of their little circles. So that looks cool, and looks like there's going to be some right here on the shoulders. And here he comes with number 5. This is, well, it looks like the whole upper body and midsection. So let's read what it says about Marvel's Sunspot. So Marvel's Sunspot. In his solar form, Sunspot possesses the supreme power and cosmic durability of a supernova. Now, that would be incredibly powerful. And let's get him open. Very cool. Okay, awesome. This looks amazing. And here is our Build-A-Figure piece, which, I mean, honestly, it probably could have come with a back too. Okay, so set that aside. Oops, I didn't mean for it to go all haywire like that. And let's see. Let's get these powers out. Let's pop them out. I don't want to crack these out. Push them from the back. Okay. Let's get closer. And let's take a look at this head sculpt. We have a little bit of paint bleed right there on the nose, a little bit right here on the neck, but otherwise looks kind of cool. I don't know how I'm feeling about this Ninja Turtle vibe going on, and then with that glue, but the hair's different, like a big poof up there. I don't know how I feel about this either. Does this come off? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's glued in there. I was like wondering if you could just like pop it out. So head articulates pretty well. Just be careful here. This will crack off if you mess with it too much, but it does turn well. Look at that. Ab crunch. This definitely looks very reminiscent of the Human Torch figure that on one of our last videos, the one that we showed was broken, the orange one. This turns and clicks as it turns. Let's see, the shoulder does go back a fair amount, so that's good. Turns above the bicep. Double joints here. Comes to about a 45-degree angle. Oop, this one, the other joint is moving. Ugh, I'm gonna have to push it. Okay, what I want is this one to move. There we go. So I don't have to support it as it moves. This is not glued down, so it can move a little bit. The wrist does turn. Looks like it should go back and forward, but it's a little restricted in here. But it does turn, obviously. We have fist, so you can't really hold anything. You've watched our videos long enough. I don't like when we have only 2 fists. It's okay if there's swappable hands, but because it looks like he's just gonna punch everything. A lot of times the figures aren't ones that are gonna go in punching with their fists. The blue and the yellow right here look kind of cool with the red showing there. Turns to the high part of the thigh. The knee joints are double. They move pretty well. And then the ankle moves really well, actually. Look at that. His foot actually looks kind of like a bowling shoe. Okay, so let's put his, I mean, that's pretty good right there. Since he's gonna have this crazy supernova cosmic power, he doesn't need to be crouching down and doing anything weird. He just needs to have a strong stance. So do we want to put these? Look at this. Just kind of clips on right there. Push that through. You can just have it like that. Or we can have it up closer to the wrist. So it's up to you. To me it looks better closer to the fist is what I meant to say. Except I like that the yellow gives it a little bit of color. So I would rather have it close to the fist, but again, the color does give it a nice touch. So let's see how this looks. So we don't want them to fall over either. Simple and not too understated. The hip joint, everything's like clicking, so there is like no in between because I push it here and then. So that's a little unfortunate because we want to get some of those in between poses. And same thing with the ankles. Look, it's click here or here, here or here, and it's like I need an in between. So I guess we'll just spread the legs out a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that should be pretty good enough. Pretty good enough. Don't know if that's a thing. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's get our action figure rocking right here. And let's see how this ends up looking. Let's zoom in just a bit. How's that? Let's take a look. And you know what? It wasn't centered very well, so I didn't look too good. This is better. Very cool. All right, so I am digging that. So let's get him here. Okay. So it's simple, but he's got this enormous power, so we'll have him right here. And you can definitely see the height difference between these two. Doesn't that look awesome? Absolutely incredible. You know what? I'm gonna take a closer look. This set's actually surprising me how awesome these action figures are. Not about that one, but the rest of them have been pretty amazing. Okay. Awesome. Let's move on. Got 2 left. And next is Marvel's Warpath. And look how cool Warpath looks. Again, let's go higher. And this is from the Build-A-Figure set for Marvel's Strong Guy. We've only said it 1,000 times. X-Force right here. And looks absolutely great. Package has seen better days. And here's everyone who's in the set. And number 6 is the right leg. And you know, I mentioned at the top of the video, but his legs look a little bit short. Looks like he's been skipping leg day, and that foot is tiny. But nonetheless, let's take a look at this art. And this art looks great. Look at that, veining out, punching. And he's got that kind of like a Joe Mad mouth, something like that. Joe Maduria type of mouth. Inspired, I would say. And I'm so glad he has swappable hands, because what did we just say on the last video, on the last action figure? There we go. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's read what it says. Oh, he's like, why I oughta. He's like, okay.
Marvel's Warpath. A powerful mutant with superhuman strength and speed, Warpath is a formidable warrior with a proud and noble heart.
And yep, let's get him open. Dun, dun. There we go. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. So this looks awesome. And wow, look, I didn't even notice here, but the X4 symbol on this one, and the previous Sunspot didn't even look at it. So that's cool. All right, let's get this little leg out. For a strong guy. Look at that. Little foot. Because look how this foot's smaller than this figure. And look how long it's like. Anyway, we'll set that aside. We'll take a look at it. So I definitely like that he comes with two other hands and they're open and to hold stuff. But he doesn't come with anything to hold. So, and I'm definitely digging that head sculpt. Look at that. No pupils for the eyes. The hair is soft. I like the feathers that are coming here. That they got just the right amount of detail. So that looks cool. I'm like, how are these attached? Okay, so I guess we found out quickly that you just push them in here. So I guess you could take them off. That's cool. I don't know if I would want them glued or not. But this is nice and soft. So is that. And we'd be able to, let me see, we'll be able to turn the arm all the way around. Oh wow, we have the extra butterfly joint, so that looks great. Look at that. Awesome. Turns above the bicep. He's definitely veining out there. Look at that. Okay, we have double joints right here at the elbows. We don't quite, we go more than 90-degree angle, but not quite a 45. Okay, we can turn the wrist pretty well. And it's got great detail on this hand. Look at that. So it's almost the same for this arm going on with a symbol on his chest. His ab crunch is smooth and comes really far forward and goes really far back. Look at this belt he's got going on here. Turns at the waist. So that's cool. These legs are extra big and chunky. Like definitely muscular, that's what I meant to say. And the joints are big and chunky, that's what I was getting at. And his legs only come in this much because they end up hitting right here, but it turns right here on the high part of the thigh. And the joints are a little bit looser than I actually would think for being this much looking solid built. The ankles move really well. I like this is soft plastic and it's overlapping here on purpose. See, it's by design. It's supposed to look that way, like it's kind of blowing. And yeah, unfortunate that this joint is so loose, but otherwise this figure looks really cool. So what kind of pose do we want? Let's see, what did it have on the box? Back here. He's just like, I forgot he's got that why I oughta. Why I oughta. So let's see what I can get for him. And again, the fists limit you, but I'm like, you know what? I want him just flexing. And that'd be cool. And then we can extend the leg out so he can be kind of like throwing a big flexing pose for that. And I think that'll actually work pretty well. The joints are a little bit looser than I would have liked, so it makes it a little more difficult to hold the pose, but still works well. Okay, cool. Let's take a 360 look. Okay, awesome. And let's see. Well, let's see if he's gonna stay because he's awfully wobbly. So hopefully he doesn't remain wobbly. Look at that. And hopefully he stays in focus too. This is not a good combination. Okay, here we go. So I'm digging it. It does look good, you know? And I do like the pose. So we will set him right on over here. It's a big guy, but you see his, you have to support his joints perhaps because they're loose. Wow, he's big because he's still taller than our friend over here. Even though his legs are bent and extended out. Okay, and so let's move on to our last action figure. And that last action figure is our Deadpool, but in the pirate outfit. Doesn't that look cool? And look at this symbol emblem right here. And that looks great. He's rocking a katana sword and like a saber right here going on. And like that gun. Very old-fashioned. And I was gonna cutlass, I guess is what it's called. It said saber, but cutlass. And Deadpool. Now look at this beautiful artwork right here. Look at the holes in the hat. DP, Deadpool. And there we are. Look at him holding it. That cutlass. Here's everyone again in the set. I just noticed that his head's tilted out. And this number 7 comes with a left leg. And looks like we can do a pretty good pose here. So I'm excited about that. And let's see what it says back here.
It says, Deadpool. It's a pirate's life for Deadpool with plenty of adventure. Oh, and doubloons. So many doubloons.
Well, I don't think he's gonna have any of those, any money in here, but it's supposed to sound funny. And let's get him open. And of course, Marvel's strong guy. We'll have the last piece to do Marvel's strong guy. Very cool. Okay. Twist them all out. Again, the cool Deadpool logo. There's a leg with a tiny little foot. And like, foot looks barely bigger than the Deadpool leg here. Be careful with this. We don't want to tear this or rip this off. I'm gonna push it out like that. Love this gun right here. Katana sword and this cutlass. So, all right, and let's see how this is on. Is it just? It's just on there. Okay. Let's get tons closer. Look at that. Okay, let's zoom in. Does the hat come off? Does not. It's glued on. Okay. So the head goes not very far forward, not very far back. It's definitely restricted with this and with this, like everything around here. The hat looks cool. I like the way they did the eyes on that crossbones right there, and that skull. The shoulders move pretty well, pretty easily. They move around. I like how it's kind of like jagged looking there, like the gold. These guns, they're, I guess, for decoration, because look, it's also super soft plastic. I love the way this belt looks right here. It's just loose on its own, so that looks really cool. Double joints at the elbows, but it barely comes to a little more than a 90-degree angle. We only have one glove here. Look at that. You probably took it off and slapped somebody with and said, of course you know this means war, I'm sure. Of course you know this means war. We can definitely have this go around and back and forth. You can hold stuff in his hand too. This is soft plastic for his pirate coat. Look at that. Super cool. And there's nothing special about the legs. They're just like traditional Deadpool legs. We can only move them so much because it is being pushed back by this, but it does turn at the high part of the thigh. It does bend with the two joints of the knees. This I'm probably going to glue down because there's no reason that should move. And then it does move pretty well at the ankles. I don't know if I looked at this closely enough, but this looks absolutely outstanding. Look at that. And because this is over here, it would look cool for him to be holding on the right hand, just because that would be on the outside. And then look at this. Very cool. Okay, so I love this frayed cape. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Look at that. I guess we can definitely put both weapons in there. If they fit, they sure do. Look at that. Put that one there. And put this one here. So that's cool. And let's put this gun right here in his hand. And he'll definitely look like Captain Jack Sparrow-esque. It's Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay. And let's see if we can get the legs going good to stand them up well. Turn this. And there we are. Oh, perfect. And let's see, maybe we do want him to be holding the cutlass. Put this right here. Very cool. Okay. The way this fans out makes it look weird on the legs because it looks like the legs are bow-legged, but they're not. But then again, they might be. It looks like the legs kind of curving in instead of straight like that. So I guess there is a reason for that. Okay. So maybe if we bring it forward, we can get him to a good stance. Give me a second, guys. It's a little awkwardly heavy because of everything going on here. Give me a second. Okay, so this is actually really cool and works really well. I just don't know if it's really gonna stay. Look at that. It's simple, but it looks great. Look at that. All right, let's see if I can 360 this bad boy. Let's take a look. I mean, that looks great in and of itself. Look at that. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see. Will he stay though? Or is he gonna start to fall? Let's find out. No, he actually looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. And this is probably my favorite figure in the whole set, believe it or not. So that looks outstanding. Okay, let's put him right on over here. And that looks so incredible. Let's take one more look before we do our Build-A-Figure pile of pieces over here. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Okay, it's time to make our Build-A-Figure. Oop, I'm losing my control of my camera here. Okay, let's set it up right here. Awesome. So last but not least, we have our Build-A-Figure pieces. Make sure we have everything on the correct sides. These little legs. And we actually have this over here, and the head here, I guess. Okay. What do you think of that? All right, let's get to building. This part's gonna be super simple right here. There we go, just push that in. Pop his head right on. We'll just connect that right there. There we go. I was anticipating hearing a click, but I didn't hear a click. Look at that. It's got like a normal sized head, but his body's enormous. Let's push this in and should hear a click. Well, I heard a click there. Let's see this one. There we go. Now that's a click. Man. Massive. Look at this. Unfortunately, why are these legs so tiny? There we go. But traditionally, that's what happens. Like with the Monster Venom, his legs I thought were definitely small, on the smaller side. So, cause look. But I mean, that was simple to put them together. So let's take a closer look. Let's dive in. So I love the glasses right here. Love the head sculpt. Super cool. He moves really well. The head goes that far back, that far forward. I love the way this is like a soft collar. Actually, look at that. It'd be nice if this was painted. I guess we could definitely detail paint that ourselves because there's great sculpt. So he moves right here. Let's see. This would be the ab crunch and movement of the waist. This belt is, it's not permanently glued, but there's not really anywhere for it to move. Again, love the colors, love the sculpt. Arms are huge, big, and chunky, and they click when they move. Look at that. So we have a single joint right here for the elbow, but it turns, and the wrist bends back and forth. I was gonna say these gloves because he's just got yellow hands. Look, because he's got a thumbnail. Great looking hand sculpts. Look at that. But it does not move where it would normally move for like the bicep, for example. So that's important to keep in mind. The legs do not come to a full 90-degree angle. Look at that. Okay. But they turn right here on the high part of the thigh. The hips do move pretty smoothly, and the double joints at the knees move well. Let's see. This is tight even though it's not glued on, and the ankles move really well. Maybe a little too loose, but they do move well. Let an action figure fall back there. But let's see if we can get him to stand because he definitely is top heavy. So that is simple but looks great. Okay, look at that. So that looks awesome. Look at that. Very cool. All right, let's take a 360 look, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. Maybe I should fix her real quick. Sorry guys, this fell off right over here. I'll put it right here. There we go. Look at that. Okay, let's put him on there. Very cool. All right, and let's see if we can get him to stay actually. Man, look how massive. All right, that looks really cool actually. All right, there we go. Yep. Guys, I'm really digging this action figure. He actually looks really cool, and I'm sure you can tell by what you see right here. He looks absolutely outstanding, and man, look at the detail. I'm gonna zoom in right here, and that looks phenomenal. All right, so let's put everybody together, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, friends, let me know what you think of this. I think it looks absolutely incredible. Look at this. These unbelievable action figures. I am instantly in love with this set. You know, I'll be honest, I was skeptical about how these are going to look when I took them out of the package, but even the Build-A-Figure looks absolutely incredible. Of course, I knew I was going to love the Deadpool ones, and I actually love the Pirate Deadpool even more than I thought I was going to. And so, like Shiklah and everybody else, absolutely incredible. So guys, I want to thank you again for hanging out with us here today. If you've not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, and give us a big thumbs up, and check out our YouTube page to find more great videos like this one. So until next time guys, thanks again for watching Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace.